thank you for having you here. First of all, I would like to ask you to present yourself and the business school that you represent.
Okay, so my name is Lauranne Bardin, and I'm working for the HEC Paris MBA program. I'm in charge of the recruitment for different regions. Actually, I'm taking care of France, the UK, and Asia.
Okay, I would like to first start with a couple of questions about the admission to your school. What kind of questions should applicants ask in order to make a good impression during the interview?
So during the interview with a school representative, I think it's really important for the candidate to know more about the MBA experience and the program experience, to understand what they will really benefit from the classroom. I think it's very important for them to understand what will be the experience on campus if they will join a big program, a small program. What would be what kind of profile they would find in among their peers, or will be the experiences if it will be a really hands-on approach, or it will be very like just theoretical courses, etc. Mm-hmm. So I think when choosing an MBA, it's really important to find out more about this experience, because all programs are very different. So it's really something that students should ask about the school.
Okay, and are there some common mistakes that MBA candidates could easily avoid during their application?
During the application, yes. Obviously, it's really important to really write a personalized, very personalized application. Like in terms of school, we just really need to figure out that the candidate is really motivated to apply for that school in particular. So we need to understand that the candidate really know about the program, that he has done research about the school, that it's just not a copy-paste from another business school application. Mm-hmm. I think it's also very important for candidates to detail as well their professional objectives. So they should be careful on that and not just mention like they want to do an MBA just because, well, it's just an idea that they had. That they need to have already some kind of career plans, and for us it's really important to make sure that we will be able to help them to achieve their goals after the MBA.
Would you advise the applicants to work with a coach while preparing their application?
Not necessary. I think in our case, the application process, it's of course, if they feel they need, for example, some advices on preparing the interviews, etc. If people are a bit nervous about this, I think it's really up to the candidate, of course, to decide on that. I think our essays are quite straightforward in terms of questions. There are more questions about, of course, their motivation, their professional objectives, why they choose the HEC Paris MBA program in particular. But for the other questions, they are more personal questions. I think it's more for a question to check more about their own personality, and I think we just ask them to be really honest and really themselves. It's more to know more about their themselves, actually. So it's really up to the candidates, obviously. They need some advice, but as recruiter and being in contact with candidates, all the time, we are there as well to also give them advices on the application if needed. So we are here as well to give them CV feedback, etc. So they can just contact us directly.
Okay, and what do you pay most attention to into the application essay?
Well, as just said, I think the first part of one of the questions is about motivations and why they want to join the HEC Paris MBA program. So there, as I mentioned, they really need to make us feel that this choice is really obviously the best choice for them for their career, and that this is really the experience at HEC that they want. So it's important that they really detail and I mentioned some aspects of the program that they like, so we feel that really understand about the program and the particular experience at HEC. So they really need to detail and show us that they know about the program and they did their research. So this is something I think very important, and one second aspect is really, as I mentioned as well, the professional objectives. We want already our candidates to have some kind of clear career goals, and they can mention short-term and professional, like long-term professional goals. Of course, those goals can change while they are in the program, but it's important already that they have a career plan, that we feel that those planned goals are also aligned with what they did before, and that it's still linked with their current professional career.
And what do you look in for a CV resume, and how it is different from a job application one?
So regarding CV, we usually look first at the career progression and the professional experience. So I think on our case, we require all students, by the time they start the program, to have at least 3 years of professional experience, 3 years full-time after graduation. So it's always good if they highlight career progression already, if we can find this in their profile. Then we look at their international background, if they have like any international experience, study abroad experience, or currently they are working within multicultural environment, if they are traveling for work, etc. All these things should be really highlighted in the resume. And then, of course, we look at academic background and any kind of leadership potential they might have. So the resume in itself and the CV, it's really like a summary of their application. Like just in one page, we should be able to see all those aspects, and which are very important for us in the application. So they should really work on their resume. And again, we're also here to help them, and if they need some feedback on the CV review if needed.
If you allow me a couple of questions about the admission tests, how important is the GMAT score for getting into your MBA program?
So of course GMAT is important, but it's not the only thing we evaluate. We cannot evaluate every aspect of the application at the same level. So for example, in our case, currently our average is 690. So we always encourage our candidates to get closer to that average if they want to be competitive within the admission process. Of course, we usually also advise students to retake the GMAT if their test score is really too low. But we also evaluate all the other aspects of the application. So, for example, if the academic background is perhaps the GPA is a bit low, of course it can be compensated with a better GMAT. So it's better to have a higher GMAT in any case. The same as we have a rolling process of admission. You see, all candidates are kind of in competition with other people who apply at the same time as them, as the same deadline. So it's better for them to think to try to have a more competitive GMAT. Because sometimes it could happen that we have very similar profiles, and of course perhaps the GMAT could count more, obviously.
Do you accept the GRE, or do you have some specific school test?
Yes, we also accept the GRE at the same level. So we really encourage our candidates who have not strong quantitative background, in terms of academic background, to take the GRE. So we accept both tests at exactly at the same level. There is no difference.
How does a top test score affect the chances for scholarship?
It's a part of the evaluation of for the scholarship process. So we give scholarships. It's called the HEC Scholarship for Excellence. So it's merit-based scholarship. So we review a certain number of criteria of the application, and the GMAT or the GRE test score are also counted, of course. So we also encourage our candidates to have better GMAT score to have more chances to get scholarship.